Thanks, Chair.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair. I take a call on behalf of New Zealand First for the Plumbers, Gasfitters and Drainlayers Amendment Bill. Mr Chair, New Zealand First will not be supporting this bill, as we have said in this House before. We do not favour bringing in retrospective legislation to sort out what was basically something of the past. It should have been picked up a long time ago. They should have sorted out the Plumbers and Gasfitters Board back in 2006, 2007, 2008 at the beginning of the national government, and it shouldn't have taken 5 years for the government and for the Minister Maurice Williams to bring it to this House. And it is wrong, we believe, to impose a retrospective effective tax in a sense. It's a tax on small business, this levy, these charges, these fees. It's wrong to go back and attack these small businesses and try and penalise them and charge them for errors of the past. Mr Chair, we've received a lot of correspondence from a lot of concerned plumbers, gas fitters and drainlayers around the country who simply say in this current environment and in the way they've been conducting business in recent years, they can't afford to start paying these retrospective monies for a number of years going back. These small businesses are not able to suddenly start coughing up retrospective fares, and so it's not fair, Mr Chair, for them to be attacked in this manner, or for them to go after some of these organisations in this manner. It's also what it's doing, it's driving a wedge right into the middle of this industry. You're seeing now one side versus the other, and that's not healthy in a small economy like ours, to have such an important area such as the provision of plumbing, gas fitting and drain laying ending up with the two sides at loggerheads. And in this instance, the Minister has very much been on the side of the board, which has ended up alienating such a large percentage of people in this particular industry. As a result, we're seeing more and more disappearing off to Australia and further afield. And as we've heard already in this House today, 761 fewer certified drain layers since 2012. That is an alarming sort of a figure. At a time when our country needs to be developing our capacity and increasing our capacity, it is most alarming to be seeing so many trained people disappearing out of the system. And they're not just disappearing overseas. We're hearing that they're just disappearing and giving up and getting out of the business because they've had, had it up to their back neck on it. And so that, in this respect, Mr Chairman, we feel this is wrong. We feel that the Minister should have worked through a far more conciliatory process to find a way and to get buy-in from the whole industry instead of just taking one side of the argument. He hasn't worked through all the other alternatives that were available to him to find a better solution on this. He has tried to ramrod this through in very quick succession, despite it being a 5 or 6 year old problem. And instead of sitting down and working with the industry to come up with a solution that would be, while it might not meet every single need, at least have some compromises in there to appease those who are aggrieved by this. Instead of doing that, it is the usual Maurice Williamson way to just ram it through with a sledgehammer, same as the days where he rammed through changes to legislation which ended us having the leaky buildings situation in this country, the same as he's been ramming through the changes to the building code now through the building amendment bills to reduce the requirements on building in this country, again being pushed through with little regard for the final effects in terms of the situation in our building industry. And, Mr Speaker, this is what we would call a litany of continuous errors on the part of the Minister, Maurice Williamson, who just seems to think that you can sort it out all in retrospective situations like this with this legislation. You can turn a blind eye to leaky buildings. You can turn a blind eye to errors within the building code. And quite frankly, Mr Chairman, we don't think this is the right way to go. So New Zealand First will not be supporting this, and we really do feel that it is a wrong thing. Once again, when this government keeps talking about supporting small industry, Mr Speaker, Mr Chairman.
Andrew Williams.
When this government keeps talking about supporting small business in this country, it keeps talking about supporting developing the economy, growing the jobs, helping small to medium enterprise get ahead. It talks about reducing compliance costs, and it talks about making this a more competitive economy. This sends all the wrong signals to just then go after the plumbers, gasfitters and drainlayers in this manner when basically it's not warranted.
I call Brendan Horan.
Thank you, Mr Chair. I would like to move an amendment in clause